Well, according to video cards, that's where I'm getting this information from, and link will be in the description and all of that. The RX 6600 XT was announced today at the China Joy Expo thing, just like we were expecting, and a lot of things are just like we were expecting. With the 32 compute units, 2359 megahertz game clock, 32 megabytes of Infinity Cache, 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 VRAM, and 160 watt 1x8 pin. Great. And all of these stats are fine, but how does it perform? Well, they've given us a couple of performance charts, and don't worry, I'll dig into these, showing that it's a generational uplift for 1080p Ultra gaming, showing it up against an RX 5600 XT and an RX 5700 XT. However, keep in mind that if you do read the fine print down here, and I guess I'm a bit in the way, Thanos snap, boom, I'm gone. If you do look down here a bit, you'll notice that the Smart Access memory is turned on for this one and not on the other one. So I'd be interested to get a more direct comparison without the Smart Access memory. And we'll need some independent testing, obviously, anyway. These are just the charts from AMD. But how does it do against the RTX 3060? Well, apparently it's up to 15% faster on average for 1080p max settings. Now, keep in mind that they're saying max settings, but they're obviously not going to be turning ray tracing on, where we'd probably see this dropping down a bit in terms of how it would compete with the RTX 3060, which, by the way, has an extra 4 gigabytes of VRAM. And if you feel like I'm getting this little bit of a negative tone here, why am I doing that? Well, because according to this Video Cards article, that the pricing is going to be $379 US. Let me pop back into the frame here. $379 US. Well, okay. An RTX 3060 is $329 MSRP. Fine, and we outperform it up to 15%, on AMD's self-selected, probably best of the best case scenarios. At least they do say that the RTX 3060 is using resizable bar, so at least they're doing that on the comparison here. But okay, so in their self-selecting games where they're definitely going to be wanting to pick games that favor the AMD architecture and really show it off. Games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, things like that. Some games have a big AMD favor just in the architecture there. So even in this situation, they're saying up to 15% on average better than an RTX 3060. But they're pricing it $50 higher MSRP. And here's the bad thing. Well, the RTX 3060 Ti is $399 MSRP. Let's pull up a Tech Power Up GPU relative performance chart. Now, this thing isn't perfect, I know, and every game performs a little bit differently, but this gives us just something to look at and visually see why this is a stupid price. Okay, so the RTX 3060, fine. If we set that to 100% performance, and AMD is claiming in a best of the best case scenario that they have like a 15% lead over that, which puts it in line with an RTX 2080. That's a great GPU. This is all fantastic. But then you're only $20 off of the RTX 3060 Ti, which is 25% faster than the 3060. Also, it has, better ray tracing and DLSS and other things that, NVIDIA has that AMD doesn't have. This thing needed to be more aggressively priced. And I know a bunch of you guys are going to be already thinking and in the comment section, MSRP, what does it even matter anyway? What does it even matter anyway? Well, eventually supply constraints are going to level off and we'll see things closer to MSRP. We will get back to the reality pricing at some point, at which case MSRP does matter. Also, this thing is not supposed to be coming in a reference model, which means we're probably not even going to see the MSRP pricing from an AIB partner, let alone a scalper. We're going to see stuff boosted up above MSRP. So if MSRP is the baseline, that AIB partners are then going to bump up even further, because that's what we're seeing on this last chart here, is that it's available August 11th from leading AIBs. So we're seeing all the AIB board partner cards here and all of that. By the way, I think Video Cards does actually have, I don't know if I'll show them or not, but yeah, you know what, let's pop them in here. We have seen some leaks of what those cards will look like, and these designs seem to be very similar to the designs they've used on some of the other GPUs that they've used here. Here's the Gigabyte Eagle version or whatnot. Anyway, cool, neat, nice pictures, all of that. But again, what are they going to be priced at? Well, if the MSRP is already stupidly high, and then the AIBs kick it up a notch, and then obviously for now we're dealing with scalpers anyway, I don't like this. I wanted AMD to price this much, much closer to that 3060, because okay, it's up to 15% faster in our cherry-picked games. Fine, but that means in some games it's less than 15% faster. The RTX 3060 gets you an extra 4 gigabytes of VRAM, which admittedly at this performance tier isn't that big of a deal right now, but you know, it could be in the future. Okay, and hey, why not take an extra 4 gigabytes of VRAM for a lower cost? Well, okay, this is a little bit slower, but a lot of games do feature DLSS these days. It gets added to game after game after game right now. And DLSS is very nice to have, and the ray tracing performance is, I'm sure, I mean, we don't actually have testing here, but I'm sure the ray tracing performance will be better on the RTX card than the Radeon card. That's just the way these things have been. So overall, I mean, cool. I'm like, but. Also, by the way, this seems to be the 6600 XT being announced here, not the 6600. So hopefully someday we'll see like lower priced cards. Are sub $300 cards dead? Hopefully the 6600 is priced maybe at $299, although with this one priced this aggressively up at $379, I don't even know. What do you guys think about all this in the comments section? I think this looks like a great card. And I know whining about MSRP might seem stupid in this market, but like I said, AIB partners are going to base their prices off of this as a base and then bump it up, and things will eventually settle down anyway. Generational uplift, are we getting a generational uplift in price to performance? Because like, this thing's not all that much faster than a 5700 XT, which came out at what? $399, didn't it? Or was it $499 or was it $399? Because if so, I mean, where's our generational price to performance in this price range? Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments section. Thank you to anybody who hit the join button on my channel. You guys are awesome. Oh, thank you, my subscribers. You're beautiful people. If you're interested in PC, gaming, tech, all of that, you know, reviews and news and everything, subscribe if you're interested, and have an excellent day despite my negativity about this particular topic.